So after our last victory in the last video over the Toronto Raptors, I decided to simulate the first 10 or so games of the regular season and see how the team performs. And to my surprise, and I'm sure all of your surprise, we're actually undefeated out of the first 9 games of the season. Our main guy, Anthony Edwards, has taken a step efficiency-wise and in scoring volume-wise, which is great to see, with him shooting about 6.5 attempts from 3 per game. And probably the biggest surprise of them all, Karl-Anthony Towns is shooting all-time efficiency from 3, shooting 58% from 3, which is amazing. And Jay McDaniels is increasing scoring. His efficiency's down a little bit, but he's still good. Mike Conley, his efficiency has gone down, but that's to be expected with age. Naz Reid hasn't been shooting that well from 3, but I'm sure he'll pick up. Shake Milton has been a really good backup point guard for us. Kyle Anderson has actually been shooting lights out from 3 and providing good defense. Rudy Gobert is doing his thing, being a really good defender with not much of an offensive threat. And some of our backups like Troy Brown, Nickeil Alexander-Walker have been doing their thing as nice 3-and-D contributors. And so after looking at our team stats, being the best point differential in the league, we played the next game against the Golden State Warriors. And you'll see on this first play of the game that Cat messes up the defensive rotations, leading to a wide open Kevon Looney dunk at the basket. And on this next play, we see Steph Curry miss the 3, but again, Cat can't get the defensive board, which allows the easy bucket. And as you're going to see on this play, Cat's struggles continue with him getting locked up by Klay Thompson, a much smaller defender. And after a scoring drought for us, we just decided to give the ball to Ant and just let him go to work, and he hits a tough fader right in Andrew Wiggins' face, which is a great sign for us. And on this next play, we see our guy Mike Conley do his best to keep up with Curry, but that didn't work out for him right there. And on this next possession, we see Cat miss the wide open 3-pointer, which you'll soon notice that becomes a pattern in this video. And right here on our next possession, we try the Conley and Gobert pick and roll, which leads to the easy Steph Curry 3-pointer in transition for the Warriors. But we decided to fight fire with fire. In the next possession, we see Mike Conley knocking out the wide open 3-pointer for us. And a couple possessions later, we see Karl-Anthony Towns again with the wide open 3-point opportunity. It looks like it's going to go in, but he just misses it again. And as I previously stated, the pattern just keeps going right here with Cat taking another pretty good look from 3, but he not being able to convert it. And so after this sort of back and forth, we decided to run the best play in our playbook, which is everybody get the hell out the way for Anthony Edwards. In our next play, we give the ball to Rudy Gobert in the post, which leads to a wide open Shake Milton kick out 3, which is a very good sign for us. And on this next possession with the Warriors, we see some nice interior defense from Ant, but this leads to a wide open kick out Gary Payton the second 3-pointer for the Warriors. And for about the millionth time in this video already, we see Cat miss a wide open 3, and this ultimately leads to a Warriors easy fast break bucket, with Cat not being able to keep up with Jonathan Kuminga at all. And now we're in the second quarter, and somehow in this possession, we decided to leave Chris Paul wide open from 3, which he could still make that shot this late into his career. And what's interesting is our backup center, Naz Reid, decides to take Cat's place as the primary floor spacer for us as a big man and knock down that open shot. But of course, Steph Curry does his thing and finds some space for the wide open 3-pointer for the Warriors. And once again, this next possession, you'll see we're struggling with our perimeter defense mightily, with us leaving a wide open Andrew Wiggins in the corner for the easy score. But we just won't go away with Anthony Edwards making the tough and 100% smother. I don't know how we got that to go down, but that was amazing for us. And with the and 1, and knocks down this next free throw for us. And again, you'll see us running on the break with Anthony Edwards just telling everybody to get up out the way and just blow right past Steph Curry for the easy score at the rim. And so we have a little bit of momentum trying to get back in this game, but you'll see Steph Curry with a step back 3, Mike Conley is really in hell right now guarding him. And as we're trying to get back into this game, we again mess up our rotations and leave Klay Thompson, of all people, wide open from 3-point range in the corner. And once again, we see the Warriors able to convert on an easy fast break opportunity, with Cat not being able to block Draymond Green's shot for some reason. And wouldn't you know it, the story of our defense today, we cannot guard the 3-point line, which the Warriors, of course, will punish us heavily for. And as the Warriors are going on their end of the second quarter run, we decided to leave Draymond open from 3 because, he's not a really good 3-point shooter anymore, and he makes us pay. And so at the end of the half, we're down by 15 with us not being able to guard the 3-point line at all, which is honestly, this is the worst team to do that against in the league. So we're going to have to tighten up if we want to get back in this game. But we're going to have a hard time doing that if we're going to put Rudy Gobert on Steph Curry of all people, with him making what seemed like a pretty contested shot but was wide open somehow. And we decided to respond back with our best play, the Anthony Edwards pick and roll, which leads to the Mike Conley heavily contested 3-pointer, which is good for us getting back in the game. But in typical Warriors fashion, they seem to be dominating the third quarter, with Klay Thompson getting wide open for 3, and of course he knocks that down. Why else would he? And on the next possession for the Warriors, luckily Klay Thompson misses the wide open 3, and now we see Ant on the fast break going coast to coast for the easy dunk at the end of the play. And a couple possessions later, we seem to try to do the same type of thing, with Ant waving off Cat and just dunking on Kevon Looney. He says he's going to do it himself for us right now because no one else is going to do it. And we're only down by 15 in the third quarter, so this looks like a manageable game to get back into. But for some reason, we see Cat try to help out Klay Thompson, which leads to Draymond knocking down another 3-pointer. And at this point in the game, Anthony Edwards is pissed off that we're getting blown out, so he decides to take it to the rim and do it by himself, basically. And you know how I said he was pissed off? Well, he waves off Cat again, and again does it himself, dunking on, or making the circus layup over Kevon Looney, kissing his muscles, flexing on the defense, you know. But of course, 2K had a hit with the cheese, and he misses the. A couple possessions later, Naz Reid again with the wide open 3 is looking like he's giving Cat a run for his money right about now in the game. But we just can't seem to get back in the game, and after this Klay Thompson foul, I'm a little heated at this point, so I decided to sim to the end of the game, and we see Ant having a really good game from the field. But who don't we see up here? We see Naz Reid making 5 threes off the bench, which is great. But we see Karl-Anthony Towns with a whopping 7 points. And as we simulate a couple of games to see, you know, if our first 9 games was a fluke or not, it kind of is seeming like it is. With us kind of coming back down to earth and being a decent seed.